In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a barbell bench press. Now, once you've progressed from wall push-ups, incline push-ups, normal push-ups, and you feel really strong and you've given yourself weeks and months really to build up strength, because your actual cells, your fascia, your connective tissue, your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles take months in order to physically change, in order for protein synthesis and remodeling to take place. That does take at least a month, if not more. So I would encourage you to really get the prerequisite strength in push-ups first, and any regressions you need to before that, before you start to do barbell training. Also, barbells, this is really like an open chain activity compared to push-ups where your hands are fixed on the floor. Now, it's kind of a little confusing because a barbell doesn't allow rotation, supination, pronation. So in that sense, it's I guess kind of like a closed chain, but there is a lot more variability in terms of side to side and up and down movement. So it has more of an unstable element compared to a push-up, which is very, very stable. And that closed kinetic chain is really closed, locked down. So what we want to do is we want to achieve stability. So let's look at how we do a barbell bench press. So the first thing you're going to do is obviously you need a bench and you need a bar. So I like to look at my bar, and if you look on your bar, you're going to see basically it's what we call knurling, and that's the sort of grid-like pattern. It's the grippy stuff on the bar. And then depending on your bar, you're going to have different numbers of little rings, basically rings of no grippy stuff. Okay, so frankly, I don't think that there's a formula that's right for everybody where, oh, you have to have your pinky touching, or you have to have your whatever touching this ring. And if you're competing, yeah, there are rules, but who fucking cares? So for our purposes, I want you to find a comfortable grip. So don't even look at the rings there, just find a comfortable grip first and say, okay, so this kind of feels too narrow, or this kind of feels too wide, and adjust your grip until it feels comfortable. And then put the bar back up and look at where you were grabbing. So if I was grabbing basically where these little rings are, then I'm gonna just remember that in the future and say, okay, I like to have my pinkies touching these rings, and then just be consistent. Do it the same way every time. I don't care if your pinkies are touching this ring or that ring, or your thumbs are in here, although this is a close grip bench press. This is a different activity. So try to have your hands not directly above your shoulders, but a little bit wide, okay? So that when you bend your elbows, your wrists are directly above your elbows, okay? Not in like this. This would be a weird way of doing it. So just make sure that your grip is basically where your wrists are directly above your elbows when the bar is touching your chest. And then there you go. And that's your bench press. So a couple of tips here that beyond where you grip it. Now, when you grip it, I want you trying to bend the bar in half like you're supinating your forearms and externally rotating the shoulder joints. This is going to provide torque and stability. So I want you gripping the bar and then trying to bend it in half. You can't actually do that, but let's pull these shoulder blades back for a nice stable surface, and then you lift the bar up and torque. And that's going to provide a lot of stability, okay? It's going to take out some of the wobbliness. The other thing that's going to take out some of this wobbliness is that you plant your feet on the floor. So I want you planting your feet a little bit closer in than you think, because I want you to kind of get your shoulders and then drive your shoulders up towards the bar, okay? Now, you don't have to be one of these people that's like, arching their back like a freaking crazy person, but you should be using your feet to push your body into your shoulders so that you lock your shoulders into place, okay? So there's a little bit of an arch in the back, but not an insane amount. The point is that if the bar pulls me this way, I'm not gonna start wobbling all over the place because my feet are locking me into place. At that point, you're ready to do a barbell bench press. You lock your shoulders into place, you drive through your feet up towards your head, you grip the bar in the same place every time. You torque, you try to bend the bar, and then you lock your shoulder blades into place, lower the bar to touch your sternum, and press it straight back up. And this is a barbell bench press. Eventually, once you get used to doing this with a training bar, a women's bar, a normal bar, you can start to add some weight onto the ends of the bar. And then you can progressively overload. You can measure how much intensity you do on a given day and slowly add weight over time. And then you can really see tangible progress. Don't force it. Don't push too much too quick. Get the fundamentals down first. Get push-ups really mastered first, and then progress to barbell bench pressing. Thank you for watching. See you next time.